All right, let's get ready for our next speaker. Ante Wessels will be giving us a talk on anti-counterfeiting trade agreements. Questions at the end, please.
Can everybody hear me? Okay, if during the talk you cannot hear me anymore, just raise your hand. I'll try to speak up again. The Anti-Counterfeiting Trade Agreement. It's new legislation for billions of people, and it's made behind closed doors. We will have a few subjects here. I'll have an introduction. Is it okay to make new legislation for billions of people behind closed doors? Official versus leaked documents. Do we want to criminalize the young generation? Third parties, an awesome lobbying machine that brought us TRIPS and may bring us ACTA. Access to generic medicine. Are patents more important than human lives? Counterfeiting or competition? Do we want harsh measures against competitors? And then about the European Union, transparency and vetoes. How can we restore parliamentary influence? I will start with a quote. Stringent intellectual property rules could hamper the spread of technology needed to fight climate change, by Paul David. And another quote. If Hollywood could order intellectual property laws for Christmas, what would they look like? This is pretty close, by David Fewer. The world map shows us the states with the highest gross domestic product per capita. These are also the states with huge portfolios of exclusive rights. The United States, the European Union, Canada, Japan, and some other states, mostly wealthy, are negotiating the Anti-Counterfeiting Trade Agreement. Initially, ACTA will be legislation for about 1 billion people. Negotiations take place behind closed doors. No drafts are published. There will be huge pressures on other countries to join later, to an agreement already fixed. In the end, ACTA may be new legislation for about everyone on the planet, made by a few. ACTA will contain new rules for the enforcement of copyright, trademark rights, patents, and other exclusive rights. The inclusion of patents shows ACTA is not limited to counterfeiting. It's not only about fake Gucci handbags. Highly complex patent cases are also included. I would like to characterize ACTA as a war on competition. In the United States, ACTA is to be adopted as an executive agreement. It will bypass normal processes of congressional oversight. In May 2008, an ACTA discussion paper leaked on WikiLeaks. The discussion paper proposes criminal measures against infringements without motivation for financial gain. That is a major break with the past. In earlier multilateral treaties, only infringements on a commercial scale were criminalized. The leaked document alerted many people. More than 100 public interest organizations published an open letter under the title, Secret Counterfeiting Treaty Must Be Made Public. They called upon the negotiating governments to publish immediately the draft text of the agreement. The governments did not release the documents. Meanwhile, presidential elections took place in the United States. One of the candidates promised change and transparency. And after he became president, his administration declared ACTA a state secret. The Electric Frontier Foundation and the Public Knowledge, they had a lawsuit against the government under the Freedom of Information Act. But after it was declared a state secret, they had to drop their lawsuit. They could not win at all. Let's move to the European Union for a moment. The European Union Council, that's the governments of the member states, will decide. The European Parliament asked for the ACTA documents twice, in a resolution and in a regulation, but did not gain access. And in fact, the EU Council declined to answer the question whether the final draft of ACTA will be published prior to political agreement in the EU Council. They were asked whether they would not do it during vacation. They declined to answer that, and they can do so, adopt it silently if they like. This leads us to the first political question. Is it okay to make new legislation for billions of people behind closed doors? You may like to ask, you may like to confront your member of parliament with that. Official versus leaked documents. Do we want to criminalize the young generation? After all the complaints about secrecy, the negotiating partners wanted an appearance of transparency. They published a summary, a rather superficial summary. We will take a look at the version published by the Office of the United States Trade Representative. Discussed criminal measures are criminal penalties, destruction of goods, destruction of production materials, seizure of profits, and also criminal measures in cases of camcording motion pictures or other audiovisual works. In leaked documents, we see that the United States and Japan proposed criminal measures also in cases where there is no direct or indirect motivation for financial gain. Let's take a look at two examples which may fall under ACTA. A newspaper, whistleblower, or weblog author revealing a document in the public interest. Internet users accused of large-scale infringements by copyright holders. Does this start to look like a Christmas present for Hollywood? Imagine a kid, 12 years old, loves to download stuff, play with it, and upload the result to share it with friends. Should he put him or her in prison? Should the parents pay huge deterrent damages? These are the political questions we will have to answer.